Hey, what's up? How you doing? This is your boy, James Icon Grant. Um, right now I'm extremely down. I'm very sad. Yesterday, my sister called me from down south in South Carolina, and she told me that our father was diagnosed with cancer, and he's in stage 4. And a bunch of emotions just came to my came to my heart and everything. And it's I never wanted to go through a time that one of my parents is ill, is terminally ill, and it's very hard. um And I had like a interesting relationship with my father. And knowing that I had this interesting relationship with my father, I thought it was best that I come up here on YouTube because I figured that maybe it could help somebody. Um, my father wasn't really in my life. He was in my life till the age of, I say, 6, and then he moved down south, and we kept in contact through phone conversation, but he wasn't here physically. I probably get a phone call once every 2 months sometimes. And I can remember when I was 12, he came up here for a while and got to talk to him a little bit. And he just came up here to visit. So every once in a blue moon through my childhood years, he'll come to visit. But I never had the father that, you know, came to any of my dance recitals, or I never had a father that, watched football, basketball with me. Never really went into those teenage years with a father figure. My sister, on the other hand, she has a different perception of my father because she was born later in life, and I got her about 10, 10 years or more. And she was born in South Carolina, and my father was already in South Carolina, so she had the privilege of growing up with my father. So as for my sister, she remembered my father as the dad that was always there, you know. And I remember my father of being the dad that wasn't there and stuff. And it was very interesting because when my grandmother was alive, she had about, off the top of my head, 5, 6 kids, and she will always tell everybody that my father was her best son that she ever had. And all my relatives that ever talk to me about my father will say that he's the most sweetest, nicest person that they ever met. And it always bothered me because I have a daughter, and I can't imagine just leaving and going down south and leaving my daughter here in Jersey and not having her be able to come see me. I just can't, me being a father, I couldn't never understand that. And for a while throughout my teenage years, I would feel some type of way. I can remember him coming up here to visit, and I give him a hug and everything. And in all honesty, he comes off as the most sweetest, gentle soul in the world. And that always confused me because in my mind I used to say, how can you be this gentle spirit when you wasn't never ever there for me? So So throughout my teenage years, I felt some type of way. I was a little angry, and I I just never understood. So later on in life, when I became an adult, I reached out to my father on numerous occasions, and every time I reach out to him, he will always pick up the phone. He will always answer the phone. So he wasn't the type of father that would avoid me. He wasn't. But he was just the type of father that wasn't there. But I am so happy and so blessed that, I, throughout the past, 7, 8 years more of my life, from years that I've been able to, for the past 10 years, I think, I've been able to, get to know him, get to love him. And through God, I was able to just push all that confusion aside and just accept him as my father now. And I am so happy that I didn't hold a grudge, because he is probably the most sweetest person I know. And so what I'm just trying to say is that, if you can, if you're having any type of problems with your parents, mother or father, and you're an adult, and just if they wasn't beating your ass and sending you out and prostituting you, if they just wasn't around, but they're around now, and they're reachable, just make peace with them, man. And I'm glad that I'm trying not to cry. I'm so glad that I'm able to make peace with him. I'm so happy. Like a couple of days ago, before I found out that he was diagnosed with cancer, I was calling him and I just was telling him that I love you. I just want you to know that I love you, because, he thought for many years that I hated him, and I never hated him. I never hated him when I was a kid. I was probably a little angry, but I never hated him. I was just a little confused, But I'm so happy to make peace with him and got that confusion out of my chest through God. And a few years back, he was able to come to my house, visit me, come to my house and stay with me for a few days, and he was the happiest person in the world, and I enjoyed him, and we talked, and we fellowshipped, and I just got to understand and know his energy, so I'm happy for that. So I know I'm repeating myself because my emotions, my thought process is all messed up right now because it seems real bad, and I can't stop thinking about it. I've been crying all day and everything, but whatever it is, you don't want to be going through having resentment for your parents, and then one day they're not here, and I'm just so grateful that I was able to spend time with him, to get to know him, as an adult, so I hope you understand what I'm saying. And if you need to share this video with somebody that has resentment, with their parents, mother or father, just show them this, man. And life is too short to be having resentment from something that they did or didn't do when you was kids, man. I mean, life is too short. You need to give it up to God. You need to just, you know, release that negative energy and just accept them and love them, you know. So hope all is well. I didn't mean to make this a sad video, but peace out.